Hi, I'm Corey Ballard, and welcome back to another In Focus Tech Talk. Thanks for joining us on another Tech Talk. We are doing a computer series focusing on using the computer with a screen reader. Now, if you're a low vision watcher, we do have a playlist specifically for you where we're going to be covering the same topics. Take a look at the top of the description. You'll see a link to a playlist for videos that are specific to low vision computer use. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Also, click that notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we release, especially videos in this computer use series. And we'd love for you to use the comment as well. Let us know in the comments what your screen reader choice is, which one you use, or any questions you would like us to cover in this computer use screen reader series. Let's get right into it.
Let's continue looking at the Windows desktop. In our previous videos, we started with the desktop, how to navigate and open icons from the desktop, and we also looked at the Start menu. In this video, we will be focusing on the next component of the Windows desktop, the Taskbar, what it is, how to navigate it, and also how to multitask. Keyboard shortcuts. Windows plus T moves to the taskbar. Right or left arrow moves through the options on the taskbar. Alt plus Tab cycles through open programs on the computer, allowing you to multitask. So our next component on the Windows desktop is the taskbar. The taskbar is located at the bottom center of your desktop, and it typically shows you the programs you currently have open and running on the computer. The computer allows you to have more than one program open and allows you to switch back and forth between those programs to multitask. Sighted individuals can typically have more than one window open at a time and visually jump between those two windows. Screen reader users typically work in a single program at a time, and that's because our screen reader can only be focused on one window at a time. So even though visually two windows may be up on the screen, a screen reader can only be focused on one of those windows at a time. So in this video, we will be looking at how to have multiple programs open at a time, how to quickly jump between them, multitasking, and also how to navigate that taskbar and a couple other little tips and tricks. So first, like we've mentioned in our past videos, the computer always gives you multiple ways to get to where you want to go. I'm going to show you two different ways to get to the Windows, to the taskbar, and I'll allow you to decide which one you feel is better. First, from our previous video, we learned that we could do a Windows plus M or a Windows plus D to move to our desktop.
Windows M.
Once we're on our desktop, we can use our Tab key to move through in a circular motion all of the components of the Windows desktop. If we press Tab, we'll move to the Start button.
Start button.
And we'll continue pressing Tab until we land on the taskbar.
Type here to search button. Talk to Cortana button. Task View button. File Explorer button.
And when I heard File Explorer button, I know that that is my taskbar. Now, as you can see, that took a number of key presses, and the computer didn't tell us, the screen reader didn't tell us that we're specifically on our taskbar. So that system might be a bit confusing at times to know exactly if you're on your taskbar.
Windows.
So let's talk about a second way that we can more quickly and efficiently get to that taskbar. In order to jump to the taskbar directly, we can do a Windows plus T. Now remember, when we say Windows plus T, we're talking about hitting both keys together. The way I recommend that again is to press down the modifier key first. So in this example, Windows plus T, Windows key is our modifier. I'll press and hold it. And while I'm holding it, I'll press the T key and then let go of both of them.
Windows T, File Explorer button.
And I jumped immediately to that File Explorer button. That told me that now I have moved to our taskbar. So that is the way that I typically recommend individuals get to the taskbar. All right, we're on the taskbar here. Now, I mentioned that the taskbar shows us programs we currently have running on the computer. And that is true, but there is also, it will also show us programs that we have pinned to the taskbar. Now, programs pinned to our taskbar doesn't mean that they are open and running. It just means that we have said we want this program pinned down to our taskbar in order to more quickly get to it and open it. By default, Windows 10 pins a number of programs to your taskbar, including File Explorer, the Microsoft Store, the Mail app, and you may find some other ones in there. We are going to look at a couple different things now that we've landed on the taskbar. First, let's look at how we navigate this taskbar. Again, we did a Windows plus T to get here. We heard File Explorer button. Now we'll simply use our right or left arrow. We can use either or depending on which direction we'd like to travel to move through the options on our taskbar. Let's hit our right arrow.
Microsoft Store button.
There's that Microsoft Store button. I don't have that program currently open, but by default, Windows had it pinned to my taskbar. Right arrow.
Outlook button.
I have Outlook that I currently, again, don't have running, but I have pinned Outlook to my taskbar. Right arrow.
OBS Studio One running window button menu.
Now there is a program called OBS Studio, and it said that it is currently running. So it does tell us that this program is up and running. Right arrow.
File Explorer button.
And we're back to where we started from, to the File Explorer. So you can see that it wraps or just goes in a circle and puts you back to where you started. So again, we can go either to the right or to the left and go through our different options. Simply hitting enter on any of these options will typically open up whatever that program is. Now let's say there are items on your taskbar that you don't want there. I don't want the Microsoft Store option on my taskbar. I'm not going into the store. I don't want it cluttering up my taskbar. So how do we get rid of it? First, we do our Windows plus T to move to our taskbar.
Windows T, Microsoft Store button.
And typically what we would need to do then is to use our arrow key in order to find the option we want to remove. I landed here on the Microsoft Store option. I'm going to use my applications key or Shift F10, depending on if your keyboard has a applications key or not. So applications key or Shift F10 to open up the context menu, or the same as doing a right click on a mouse.
Applications, list box, Microsoft Store, one of two.
And we're going to now use our down arrow to look at the options, and we're looking for unpin from taskbar.
Unpin from taskbar.
Ah, perfect. We'll go ahead and hit enter.
Enter.
Now we'll do our Windows T to move back to our taskbar just to ensure we're there.
Windows T, File Explorer button.
Now if we use our right arrow, let's see if that Microsoft Store option has been removed.
Outlook button. OBS Studio One running window button. File Explorer button.
It sure has. So now we were able to get rid of one. Now let's say, okay, we know how to get rid of one, but let's say you want to add one for your own ease of use. If there's something that you would like down on your taskbar. Let's take a look at how to pin items to your taskbar. For example, let's say that we use Google Chrome as our browser and we would like to add a Chrome icon down to our taskbar. Well, the way that I typically recommend doing it is using our Start menu. And if you remember back from episode 2 of this series, we talked about the Start menu. I'm going to tap my Windows key to open up my Start menu.
Search box edit.
I'm placed right in my search box. I'm going to type CHR for Chrome, and it'll probably fill it out before I even get there.
Google Chrome.
There it
app.
is.
Press
Now I'm going to use my Applications key or Shift F10 again to open up that context menu.
CHR. Applications. Bing.
And I'm going to down arrow.
Context menu list box expanded. Run as administrator.
Down again.
Open file location.
Down again.
Pin to start.
Nope. Pin one more time.
Pin to taskbar.
That's what we want. Pin to taskbar. We'll go ahead and hit enter.
Search box edit.
Perfect. Now we're going to tap escape to close out of our start
Escape.
menu. Let's do our Windows plus T to move back to our taskbar.
Windows T.
And now let's find out if Google Chrome has been added to our taskbar. Right arrow.
Outlook button. OBS Studio 1 running window button menu. Google Chrome button.
There it is. So we've now added the Google Chrome icon to our desktop, or to our taskbar. All right, so now we're able to move to our taskbar. We know how to use our right and left arrow keys to move through those options. We know that hitting enter on any of these options will go ahead and open it up. The last thing that we want to take a look at today then is multitasking. The ability to have more than one program open on the computer is very important, and the ability to jump between them can make using the computer very efficient. So let's open up 3 different programs just so that we have some things open here. We're on our taskbar, if you remember, and we're sitting on the Google Chrome menu or option. Let's go ahead and hit enter and open up a Chrome window.
Enter. New tab Google Chrome. Address and search bar.
And let's go to Vision Forward's webpage.
Vision and forward.org.
There we
Vision.
go.
Enter. Visionforward.org. New tab. One frame. One read.
All right, so we are on Vision Forward's webpage. Now we have decided that, you know what, we want to keep this open, but we want to go open another program. Now there's a couple ways that we can do this. First, we can just pop open our start menu and open up what we want. But let's say our icon is on our desktop. Now we talked in episode 1 how to navigate to our desktop, and I mentioned it at the top of this video as well. Windows plus M or Windows plus D. Remember, when we perform that keyboard combination, it does 2 things. Number 1, it takes us to our desktop, but it also minimizes any open window. So for example, if we do a Windows plus M,
Windows M. Desktop.
we have now moved to our desktop, and the Google window that was showing the Vision Forward webpage is gone. Now, it's not closed. We have just shrunk it and thrown it down to our taskbar. So it's sitting down on that taskbar, minimized out of our way. Still open, ready for us to jump to, but just out of our way. Let's open up a second program now. Let's open up the recycle bin from our desktop here as an example.
Recycle bin. Enter. Recycle bin. Items.
All right, we now have the recycle bin open here. Let's again minimize this down to our taskbar with a Windows plus M.
Windows M. Desktop.
We're back to our desktop again, and remember that Chrome window with Vision Forward's website is still open. That recycle bin is still open. They're just shrunk down in our taskbar. Let's open up one more program, and this time we'll use our start menu and open up Word. We'll tap our Windows key.
Search box edit.
Hit W in our search box.
Word. App.
And that's our first option. Hit enter.
W. Enter. Opening. Opening Word. Document.
And I now have Word open. So now if you recall, we actually have 4 open programs. We have this Word blank document open. We have the recycle bin open. We have the Google Chrome window open. And if you remember, there was that OBS Studio that was running as well. That's the program we use to record this video. So we have 4 windows or 4 programs all open together. Now, since we learned at the top of this video how to move to the taskbar with a Windows plus T, right arrow over to the icon we want and hit enter, that is one way that you could navigate between open programs. But it's not very efficient. That's a lot of keyboard presses. So let's look at a better way to multitask or jump between open programs on the computer. And the way we're going to do that is with an Alt plus Tab. Now let me explain really quick how the Alt plus Tab works, because it can be a little goofy, and we'll demo it here in a moment. But the way that I typically want individuals to do the Alt plus Tab is I want you to hold down the Alt key, keep it down, and we're going to continue to press the Tab key until we hear the program we want to move to. Then we'll let go of the Alt, and that will fill the screen with the program we chose. So, for example, we'll hold down Alt and we'll hit Tab.
Recycle bin.
Now I still have the Alt key down. I have not yet let it go. And Recycle bin is not what we want, so we'll press Tab again.
Home page vision forward Google Chrome.
There's that home page. Now that is what we want. So now I'm going to let go of Alt.
Home page vision forward Google Chrome. Home.
And now the window has filled the screen, and our screen reader is focused in on this web page in this program. If we want to move back to the recycle bin again, I'll press Alt, hold it down, hit Tab.
Document one word.
Keep holding down Alt, press Tab again.
Recycle bin.
There's recycle bin, and now I'll let go.
Recycle bin. Items view.
And now the recycle bin has filled the computer. Again, if we want to switch back to Word, we'll hold down Alt and continue to hit Tab.
Home page vision for document one word.
There it is, and let go.
Document one word.
And now it's back. Now the reason we recommend doing holding down the Alt and continue to press Tab until you hear the program you want is because if you do Alt Tab and then let go of both Alt and Tab, the computer will only cycle between the last two programs that were open. So if you remember, we have 4 programs open right now. But if I just do an Alt and then a Tab and then let go of both.
Recycle bin.
There's recycle bin. I'll do it again. Alt and then Tab and let go of both.
Document one word. Document.
Okay, there's the document one, the word. Again, Alt, hit Tab and let go of both.
Recycle bin.
I'm back to recycle bin. So it's not showing me the other open programs, the Vision Forward Google Chrome window or the OBS window. And that's because when we do Alt Tab and let go of the Alt each time, it'll only cycle through the last 2 windows that you had open. Now that's great when you're only working between these 2. You can just quickly go back and forth. But when you want to be able to get to that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th window, we want to then hold down Alt and press Tab and then continue to press Tab until we hear the window we want and then let go of Alt. The last tip I'm going to give you today in the taskbar is using the Windows key followed by a number across the numbers at the top of your keyboard. So let's go take a real quick look at our taskbar again. So we're going to go to a Windows T to our taskbar.
Windows T, File Explorer 1.
Okay, so I hear File Explorer is in my first, is number 1 here. It's in our first spot. I'll right arrow.
Outlook button.
Outlook is in our second spot.
OBS Studio 1 running window button menu.
OBS is in 3.
Google Chrome 1 running.
Chrome is in 4.
Word 1 running window button menu.
And Word is in 5.
File Explorer 1.
And we're back to number 1. So okay, so now we have an idea here of there's 5 things, and we sort of have an idea of where each of them are. Now, if I want to quickly jump to the Google Chrome window, which I know is in the 4th spot, I can hold down my Windows key and hit the number 4 key on the number line.
Windows 4, Home page vision forward Google Chrome.
And that immediately popped open the that window, that program I chose that was in the 4th spot. Recycle bin is what is in the first spot. That was the File Explorer in the first spot. File Explorer is the program used to look at the recycle bin. So if I do a Windows 1,
Windows 1, Recycle bin.
I'm able to quickly jump to the recycle bin. Remember that our Word document was in spot 5. So if I do a Windows 5,
Windows 5, Document 1 Word.
I'm able to quickly jump to the Word document. This can be great when you know the order that you've opened programs. You can more quickly, rather than Alt-tabbing through, you can quickly use Windows key plus a number, and it will jump you right to that program that corresponds to that number. This was an overview of the taskbar, how to navigate the taskbar, how to add and remove items from the taskbar, and also how to multitask and move between multiple programs at one time.
Thanks for joining us on another Tech Talk focusing on computer use with a screen reader. If you have any questions or you'd love to contact us, please do so. We have 3 different ways. First, you can give us a call at 414-615-0103. You can shoot us an email at infocus@vision-forward.org or visit our webpage vision-forward.org. Thanks and stay tuned.